How's it going there, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tommy, aka Pyrotoz, and today I'm going to bring you my moveset guide on Copperajah. So this thing has a lot of offensive presence, has a very high attack stat, very nice HP stat. Defensive stats are not that great, gotta be honest. Kind of makes up for the high HP. Speed is pretty bad, more of a Trick Room kind of Pokemon if you want to use it in that kind of way. But even without Trick Room, you can still do some nice damage there. You got two pretty good abilities here. You got Sheer Force and Heavy Metal. The reason Heavy Metal is good for this Pokemon, it's not generally a great ability, but it gets Heavy Slam and it gets Heat Crash. So two very nice physical moves. Heat Crash is great for the coverage. Having a Fire type move on a Steel type is pretty nice, especially for other Steel types. So something like Ferrothorn comes to mind. Scissor, when they release it to the national decks, I don't think it's included in the current decks, but I'm thinking about the future here. And obviously Heavy Metal doubles your weight, and both those moves are weight-based moves, so the higher your weight is in relation to the target's weight, the more damage you do. So definitely a nice ability for those. Sheer Force is always nice, and it gets some good moves like Iron Head, Play Rough, Zen Headbutt, Rock Slide, a whole bunch of good stuff for it. So let's take a look at the first moveset here. We have the classical lead Life Orb Stealth Rock set. So if you are interested in Gigantamax, this thing does have a Gigantamax form, and it can set up Steel-type Stealth Rocks. The reason I don't really refer to Dynamax or Gigantamax in my moveset guides here is because I don't see it as a valid part of singles competitive meta. In fact, I believe that Smogon will be banning it soon. I don't know how the vote's going to go, but that's my feeling anyway. If not, well, so be it. I guess we're living with Dynamax, but at the time of recording this video, that's how I suspect it will go. But that aside, you have a nice Stealth Rock set here, so regular Stealth Rocks, Heavy Slam, Earthquake, and Power Whip with the Life Orb. You can run Focus Sash as well, that's fairly decent. So Heavy Metal's the ability there, obviously for Heavy Slam. You don't have anything that benefits from Sheer Force here. Mostly invested into attack and HP with a little bit of speed. That speed investment is featured on another set here. Basically that allows you to outspeed base 40s. So something like Rhyperior, or Golisopod, or I think Mudsdale is about 35, so that's another nice one there. So just a little bit of speed investment there just to help you outspeed those other potential Stealth Rock Pokemon. Hit them with a nice Power Whip or something. Power Whip is a very nice move for this thing. One of the strengths of Copperajah is the fact that it gets all these coverage moves. So as I mentioned earlier, you know, Power Whip is an incredibly good one for ground types. You've got Zen Headbutt and Play Rough for fighting types. Heat Crash for grass types, that sort of stuff. So it's very nice. Lots of sort of move pool variety here to work with. Second moveset I'm going to show you guys here is an Assault Vest set. Its special D is nothing amazing, but since it has great HP, it's kind of like Hariyama in the sense that you can put that investment from HP into special D, and therefore have a really nice special D stat and a good raw base HP stat. So you put the investment into special D, you got the same speed investment as the previous one. Max attack, adamant nature, heavy metal once again. You have Heavy Slam, you have Heat Crash, Power Whip, and Stone Edge. That, in my opinion, gives you very, very good coverage. You could very well swap out one of those moves for Earthquake if you want. Like I said, it also gets Play Rough and Zen Headbutt. I just don't see too much value in those without the Sheer Force. But yeah, if you like, swap out one of those for EQ. I just personally prefer the combination of these four moves, because you can hit an awful lot of stuff there. You can hit Ice, Rock, Ground, Grass, other Steel types. You can hit all sorts of stuff with these moves. So in my opinion, that's the way to run it. Third set I'm going to show you guys is a Curse set. So mono attacking with Heavy Slam is pretty good. Steel is not that great offensively, but it does hit most stuff neutrally, which is quite nice. So Heavy Slam, Curse, Rest, and Sleep Talk. Heavy Slam is the only move you need here with the Heavy Metal ability, because it will hit most stuff for base 120 power, right? I actually don't know the number of Pokemon that would not be hit by that sort of base power from this thing. I really can't be bothered looking that up. But most stuff you'll hit very hard with your Stab Heavy Slam here. Rest Talk, Curse, obviously set up your defense and your attack. Speed stat is largely irrelevant. And the fact that you've got that good base HP, full investment into Special D, and you're boosting your defense, you can live a lot of hits here. You can rest and you can Sleep Talk, and you can do a hell of a lot of damage in return to whatever comes in. On the subject of speed investment actually, obviously this has no speed investment because it's a Curse set. You could very easily put this thing on a Trick Room team, run one of the previous sets without any speed investment, and you could very, very easily have it as a nice offensive threat on any Trick Room team. That's just something to bear in mind. I haven't bothered making a standalone Trick Room set here because I didn't see the point, but just remember that when you put your teams together. Fourth set I'm going to show you guys is a Life Orb Sheer Force set. I think in a lot of cases, Heavy Slam with the Heavy Metal ability is the way to go. But you've got Sheer Force Iron Head as your stab move here, which is pretty nice. Same kind of investment as the previous set, so a little bit into speed for base 40s, max attack Adamant, and the rest in HP. So you got Iron Head, which is obviously Sheer Force boosted. For those who don't know, by the way, Life Orb recoil is negated if you're using a Sheer Force valid move. So like Iron Head has the flinch chance, so therefore Sheer Force takes away that flinch chance, boosts the power, and also removes the 10% damage taken from Life Orb without actually reducing its power. So, you have Iron Head here, you have Earthquake. Earthquake obviously doesn't benefit from Sheer Force, so you'll still be taking Life Orb recoil. You could run Bulldoze here, if you want to just not take any recoil at all. But it's still less powerful than the EQ, so honestly, I'd still go for Earthquake here. You have your Play Rough, which is very good for fighting types, which obviously threaten this thing. Something like Komodo especially comes to mind, which can obviously set up on you if it feels safe, because naturally this thing would be threatened out by Komodo quite a lot. You can also run Zen Headbutt. I don't see too much value in Zen Headbutt over Play Rough, but I guess that's up to you. And the final move, I would go with Sheer Force Rock Slide, because it's very nice for flying types, it's very nice for fire types, which obviously threaten you there. I know you also have the Earthquake there, but Rock Slide is nice for stuff like Charizard or Rotom Heat, for example. Maybe something like Center Scorch, which Earthquake wouldn't really do much to, or in the case of the other ones, not hit them at all. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been my guide to Copperajah, a very potent physical tank threat, with also the rocks, and if you play the Dynamax rules, the Steel Stealth rocks. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did enjoy this, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I will see you all next time.